Hey guys, I am here finally reviewing the super famous 6277 Imperial Trading Post set. This is a massive set released in 1995. It's one of the few sets to come with a double square base plate setup. We're going to take a look at the set, but first we have the box, which is wonderful that I was able to get the box used. Comes with 592 regular pieces. It is from the Imperial Guards. Often I considered them the British because of the red color. This box did have some tape on the side, but it was an excellent price. All things considered, I was able to pick it up for about $330, which is a lot, yes, but currently the average starting price is around $380 without the box, so quite lucky there. And it also came with the instructions, not the cat. The box does open up, and we have a nice lid here to also have some words. Hard to show on the screen there. It was really nice to have these types of boxes, and this is a truly legendary set. So I'm very happy to have this. And it even says boat not intended for use in water, and also that in French. This is the Canadian version. And let's take a look at the instructions. The instructions, what's also nice about these instructions is that we have the old points area. So this was 575 points to get other Lego sets or benefits. This is 1992, sorry, not 1995. We can see a picture of the set on the front along with a alternate build, which was the norm a while back. There are 9 minifigures, which we will get to 2 boats. The build is relatively easy, but as with most builds at this time, it does not tell you which pieces to use in almost all cases. Sometimes, such as here, you cannot tell the exact placement. Other times the cat will flick its tail. So you cannot tell usually which pieces are used, except in some cases where it may be hard to read. So there are only a few steps. There are a total of 20 steps for the main part of the fort, and only 13 for the side part, which is of course a much easier build. So really excellent to have the instructions. They do have a little wear and tear, but honestly, considering the set's age, I'm quite okay with that. For the extra pieces, I did have this set used, so I think overall the pieces were in excellent condition. I did get a few extra pieces. The swords were because it looks like he ran out of pirate swords, so he replaced them with castle swords, which is nice because these are age appropriate for the castle swords, the sort of shiny dark gray. Also had an extra string, probably because some of the string was replaced on the original set. I also replaced 2 pieces. 2 of them were the radiator grills, which are rarer. So I replaced them with regular white. So now let's take a look at the set. As I said, this is a truly legendary and wonderful set. I'm so happy to have it, and the condition is really fantastic. All of the flag clips are in place. And we have here, starting with the pirate boat with 2 pirate figures. This set actually is probably the largest set to come without a pirate captain. Many of the larger Imperial sets also came with a pirate captain, Captain Brickbeard or Redbeard. This is probably the highest level pirate character, although you can also see some of the pirate characters working for the Imperials at this set. So it does come with a cloth sail, again, pretty good condition for that. Pirate flag with both clips intact. Then we have this, which is honestly one of the most important vessels of older pirates, not only because of its relatively unique size. Most were either the large ships or the rowboats, or rowboats with a sail, but it is the only older pirate set to be a trading vessel. So you can see there are only two kind of mock cannons, which were first introduced on the USS Constitution this way, but most pirate ships have the standard pirate cannon. We also have this wonderful trading sail, which we don't see until the remake of El Dorado. And here we have also a trading figure, which was quite a rare torso. Looks like he's wearing denim 100 years early. And we also have a generic pirate figure who could also be good. It's a really wonderful boat, and the underside, you can see it's relatively simple. The only unique pieces here are these three boat pieces. Otherwise, it's pretty standard pieces, and it looks quite good. I would like to beef it up a bit. I mean, the trade vessels should be some of the largest. Pirate vessels were actually small in true historic terms. I also think this sail sits quite low. As you can see, it will hit the minifigure. So the spanker, or the boom, it could spank the pilot. Also, there is no steering wheel. That's something that can also be fixed, but it's really iconic and quite beautiful, if simple. The boat also fits nicely in the set, and we can erase this area and the boat can easily fit through. So now, because of the size of the set, I'm going to take the camera out and show it. So we have two regular Imperial soldiers, here and here. And then we have a lieutenant, kind of standard figure. And this is the placement that they are in the instructions. And then we have the governor. The governor came in only 3 sets, although slightly different versions. So this one you can see has a white feather. There's a version in the smaller fort, which I also have and can compare, and also in the sailboat for the Imperial soldiers, which I do not have. So you can see the second part of the build, which is the part you build last, is relatively simple. It comes with a blue base plate held together with two 2x4 plates, 2x2 plates, here and here. And this side of the build contains a lot of these 2 tall by 1x6 arches. It really contains a lot of them, and there's not a lot of railing, but there's some indication of railing here. We have a barrel consisting of 2 yellow pieces. I suppose this is rations or some kind of food, because at this point the gold pieces were available. And then there's a very small hut here. And inside the hut, we have effectively nothing. We have 2 ladders, and there's really no interior here. Then we have this nice raisable bridge and a small ladder, also quite rare at the time. goes to another empty room. The only room with really something inside is the governor's area, which has a table with a goblet, and he also has a goblet, but it's relatively cramped in there, especially with his feather, the unyielding feather. At the top we have a crane, and this chest comes with gold inside. This chest comes with gold inside. The instructions show 6 pieces going inside. There are also 6 pieces inside this treasure chest. So you have 2 treasure chests with at least 3 of the gold pieces, which came with 4 coins attached to one central piece. The flag is a large flag. It's the only Imperial flag in this set, and actually the only thing with the Imperial symbol on the set itself, because the sailboat has a trading mark which is similar, and there's no smaller flag. The minifigures also only have the red coat with no printing on the back. The Admiral as well has a symbol on his hat, but does not have printing. There are likewise 3 printed wall pieces, one here, and one here. So all can be viewed from this side, which I suppose is the general front side. Then over here we have another interesting room. So it looks like this to me was the back side, but actually it's not quite neglected. I'm not quite sure why they have this, maybe for stability, for these inverted slopes. But here we also have a nice little storage unit. And also on this crane does not swivel, but it does go up and down. And on this crane it looks like we have 4 cannonballs wrapped up together. We have another set of those here. And what is also interesting is that inside the possible dungeon, we have 2, what looks like perhaps bales of hay or food, also connected to connectable to a crane. Often this is used as a dungeon. It's rather nice to see it used as storage. That being said, aside from the cannons and weapons that they carry along with them, there really seems to be not a lot of conflict for this set. There's no jail, and the largest boat is a trading vessel, which is actually quite nice and refreshing. And I think I forgot finally to show this figure, who seems to be working with the Imperials, but that's hard to know because the instructions have him standing in front of this room with a hatchet. So perhaps the Imperials only think he's working with them. Anyway, this is a really absolutely wonderful set, probably the best set of 1992. I'm so glad to finally add it to my collection. This allows me, now I have both of the Imperial forts and most of the original pirate fort. So I'm really happy to have this. I would say it's probably the best set of 1992, so it should deserve a 5 out of 5. That being said, maybe some improvements could still be made, but it's really iconic and beautiful set. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.